Hi, I'm Sam Mankins, the Homeopathic Coach, and welcome to a videocast version of my e-zine, Homeopathy at Home, especially for those of you who prefer watching to reading. Now, you might be wondering this week, if you've seen the title, whether you've got what it takes to heal, and the answer is a resounding yes, you have. So we're going to explore this week the benefits of laughter therapy and positive thinking on health. Now, if you're a regular reader or watcher, you'll know that homeopathic healing is very straightforward in the case of flu or acute ailments, and can be straightforward in the face of chronic illness. But patients who are chronically ill particularly need to encompass the whole idea of positive thinking, because its benefits are well studied and well proven. Now, we've all cut our finger and seen our bodies heal with amazing ability. And it's that healing ability that separates us from, say, an inanimate object like a chair. And it's part of who we are, and we all heal differently and with different varying levels of ability, but we can all heal amazingly well given the right conditions. Now, homeopaths refer to that ability as your vital force, and it's very important, and remedies stimulate that vital force to heal itself. So the homeopathic medicines don't do it for you, they stimulate your body to do its healing. But what's the importance of laughter therapy? Well, I'd like to give you a case example. A homeopathic colleague of mine recently took on an HIV positive patient who'd been in that HIV status for many years but avoided any AIDS medications. And he came in a bit of a panic because his T cell count, which are specific white blood cells, part of your immune system, was actually down to 200. And that's very serious because it meant that he had a very, very lowered ability to fight infection. And it really meant it looked like he was transitioning from an HIV status where he'd been very well for many years to an AIDS status, which is somewhere that he wanted to avoid. So my friend used a homeopathic complex that's had very good results with HIV status in Europe and gave it to this patient. And along with that, he prescribed laughter therapy. Now, this patient took that on board and got out some videos and enlisted the help of a friend and laughed quite a lot for several hours every day for 2 weeks. And the most amazing thing is that his T cell count went from 200 up to 300, which is, as you can see, very significant. Now, laughter therapy came about after a man called Norman Cousins wrote a book in 1964 called The Anatomy of Illness. He was diagnosed with ankylosing spondylitis, a very painful spinal degenerative condition, and he took himself away from the hospital with a nurse to a hotel room, off medication, and found that when he laughed a good belly laugh for 15 minutes, he actually gave himself 2 hours of pain-free sleep. Now, he was given a 1 in 500 chance of surviving, and he cured himself of his illness. So that started a science called psychoneuroimmunology, which is the study of the interaction of the brain, the mind, and the immune system. And it's amazing because emotional changes can immediately produce biochemical effects in the body. And I think all of us kind of know that really. But what does belly laughter actually do for you? Well, first of all, it gives your heart a cardiac workout, because when you laugh hard and long, your heart beats per minute rate can go up to 120, which is pretty good. And it works out your intercostal muscles, your diaphragm, your abdominals, and your facial muscles, of course, the ones when you smile. It increases vascular flow, so it oxygenates the body, which is very cleansing. It helps empty the lungs and fill the lungs very deeply. It produces endorphins in the brain, and it helps release negative emotion. And it's negative emotion that actually impacts the immune system detrimentally. And there are all sorts of documented, positive, very specific results on the immune system, but they're a bit sciencey and a bit boring to listen to, so I won't go into them specifically in detail here. So if you have a chronic illness or you're unwell, just start with a little bit of positive attitude. Start to smile. You'll find that when you smile, other people smile at you, and it's this whole feedback loop, and it makes a very big difference to health. And if you know someone that's chronically ill, laughter therapy could be the one thing that supports their immune system. So along with homeopathic remedies and laughter therapy, that could be the combination that finally enables them to get themselves to full health and heal themselves. So if I could leave you with one thing, I'd like to leave you with a really big smile. You have a fantastic day, and thanks for listening. Bye-bye.